found this on Facebook today and just thought it was interesting. Trump's big, beautiful bill bans all 50 states from regulating AI for 10 years, centralizes control at the federal level, and integrates AI systems into key federal agencies. This kind of bothered me at first because I'm very skeptical of AI. I have yet to ask Roke a question. I don't want to fraternize with the enemy. Of course, I know that AI can be used for good, but it can also be used for extreme evil. So that's where the conundrum lies. So I read this to my husband, Robert, and he explained to me what Trump is doing here, which made sense. So I'm going to let him explain the bill. Well, maybe I should read the bill first. I think I'll read it first. Okay, this starts with part 2. I don't know where the rest of this is. This is what she posted on Facebook. Part 2, Artificial Intelligence and Information Technology Modernization. Initiative. Appropriation of funds. There is hereby appropriated to the Department of Commerce for fiscal year 2025 out of any funds in the Treasury not otherwise appropriated, $500 million, to remain available until September 30 of 2034 to modernize and secure federal information technology systems through the deployment of commercial artificial intelligence, the deployment of automation technologies, and the replacement of antiquated business systems in accordance with subsection B. Now that's the fiscal year 2025. I think I said 24. Reading this on my phone, so it's very small. Authorized uses. The Secretary of Commerce shall use the funds appropriated under subsection A for the following: to replace or modernize within the Department of Commerce legacy business systems with state-of-the-art commercial artificial intelligence systems and automated decision systems, to facilitate within the Department of Commerce the adoption of artificial intelligence models that increase operational efficiency and service delivery, to improve within the Department of Commerce the cybersecurity posture of federal information technology systems through modernized architecture, automated threat detection, and integrated artificial intelligence solutions. In general, except as provided in paragraph 2, no state or political subdivision thereof may enforce during the 10-year period beginning on the date of the enactment of this act any law or regulation of that state or a political subdivision thereof limiting, restricting, or otherwise regulating artificial intelligence models, artificial intelligence systems, or automated decision systems entered into interstate commerce. 2. Rule of construction, paragraph 1 may not be construed to prohibit the enforcement of any law or regulation, the primary purpose and effect of which is to. So that was all of that. So I'm gonna let my husband speak here just a second. This is an AI, a picture of an AI. I had this on my hard drive, and it was making it look like it was Nancy Pelosi or something. But it says, in Metropolis, Maria is a trusted leader of the working class. The elite kidnaps her and creates an android that takes Maria's likeness. That android is sent back to the workers in order to mislead them and push them to fall into the elite's trap. In this screenshot, the android, before it took on Maria's likeness, stands before an inverted pentagram, hinting that the people that control her are all about occult ritual and black magic. So, I guess that's Maria, I don't know, getting off her throne or something. So I'm going to my husband now explain a little bit like he explained to me, because he's the common sense around here. Okay. Here, Papa.
Apparently what's happening is the federal government's trying to make sure that we don't have certain states in our nation being kind of directed in a different way with this AI project by private corporations. The government wants to make sure that this AI is kept at a level that the federal government knows what's being made, the direction it's going, and who's doing it, rather than allowing this to just be willy-nilly as everything has been in the past. So it's just a matter of control of information and growth of the AI.
Thank you, Mr. Mason.
You're welcome.
So, I thought that said it pretty well, and because it, like I said, it was worrisome to me, but after he explained it, what Trump's doing here is to make it so that states like California and Washington and all these sanctuary cities and stuff can't take that AI and do what they want. It's all got to go through the federal government for at least 10 years. So, thank you. I'm showing a couple of little video clips here because this is what it could have been used for and what their plans were with it. And as we know, when Trump came into office this time, his third term, let's just put it that way, he shut out, I can't remember exactly what it was he did. He can't stop them, but he cut off funding for the World Economic Forum, the WHO, the UN, all that stuff. So he had things in place and set up to do that. This is the WEF Digital Electronic Endgame, was 5G kill switch connects digitized humans, money, and transport. Because there's a lot of stuff that could be done with it that's not good. It's a shame that it's always been that way with everything. You know, people have tried to come out with ways for people to save on energy and stuff like that, and they'll unalive them to keep that information from getting out because it's all about money and power and control. So just going to share these little clips here.
Net zero, the reasons for the energy crisis, okay? The political landscape that got us here in the first place, right, and pushing us into this electrifying digital agenda, right? The carbon credit transfer well. Carbon credits on everything, so whenever you buy anything, whenever you travel, all you're paying into is just another form of taxation where they're sucking out trillions and trillions out of the global market, damaging businesses. This is a real cost to real businesses, right, across the world to fund what their plan is for this electrifying digital agenda. This has been driven by the UN, the World Economic Forum are the main drivers, all about this net zero carbon, okay? And that includes 5G Smart, 15-minute city agenda. It's an AI automation network, UN smart cities, UN, all sounds pretty okay, doesn't it, until you get to the nitty-gritty, and it's all part of a World Economic Forum script. Here we have the smart city in the centre here, 15 minutes, driven by the World Economic Forum. It's happening all over the world. This is an unelected organisation, and that goes and being planning for the 2030 vision. Okay, so you've got their 5G. That's why it's untested, unregulated, uninsurable technology, which they brought in your cityscapes. You've also got the symbology of the World Economic Forum here, the sustainable goals imagery. You've also got 6 blocks, 6 blocks, and 6 blocks. That is important, by the way, to remember that you've got 6 blocks here of their sustainability agenda. Here we have Hancock, who's recently just admitted that he chipped everybody, but in a jokingly way, he said he's chipped everybody with those vaccines. So he did actually know about it, and we'll come on to that in a minute. Here we have central bank digital currency. We've got the digital currency control and why it's actually happening. So we've got Rishi Sunak, an unelected Prime Minister, pushing this whole narrative. His family's emphasis on the World Economic Forum, the digital currency governance to control. And he was also a lead partner in a company called Delamites.
This is what Yuval Harari is now declaring. We know him all as being Klaus Schwab's right-hand man of WEF. He says AI, artificial intelligence, will write the Holy Bible in the future, and new entities will come to dominate the planet, he says. What does Klaus Schwab's advisor mean by new entities? Very dangerous ideas were recently expressed in one of his speeches in Bhutan. We know Bhutan is in South Korea, by Klaus Schwab's advisor and theoretician of the Great Reset, Yuval Noah Harari, who said that artificial intelligence will soon write the sacred texts of religions and even the Holy Bible. But what causes a special impression was when he said in an aversion to his speech that he thinks about the relationship he himself will have with AI, or with some new entities that might come to dominate our planet. He says we are now creating new entities like artificial intelligence. AI doesn't breathe. When I think about my relationship with AI or with new entities that may come to dominate the planet, one of the things I contemplate is, wait, this is not a breathing entity. So after hundreds of millions of years of the tradition of breathing, here is something that doesn't breathe. What is the impact on how it perceives the world? End quote. Now AI can create stories, mythologies, religions. I think in a few years we'll see religions whose scriptures, their holy texts, will be written by artificial intelligence, he says. Harari, Klaus Schwab's main advisor, and the man whom various New World leaders trust and are happy to talk to, has many times made insulting statements about religious figures for whom he's trying to prove that he is not the Son of God, for example, Jesus Christ, and even called him a hippie and a carpenter. What can we say? And specifically, he said he was basically this kind of hippie guru in this little province of the Roman Empire, a sexy carpenter. Here he thinks he said something very clever and laughs, who wanted to reform Judaism and basically tells the world to be more kind to each other. The Minister of Digital Governance from the floor of the Parliament expressed his admiration for the infamous Yuval Harari, the man behind the Great Reset, a total global government system in which some extremist circles say they were preparing to impose themselves on humanity.
COVID-19 also helped legitimize instruments of control.